Ladies and gentlemen, adjust your headphones.
Come on in and shut the front door. We want to welcome you to the Yusu No podcast, the news from the antagonist shoes. Mike, how are we doing? How was your weekend?
Weekend? You should know you were there.
Was that the whole weekend?
No, the whole weekend.
It was a group of 6, by the way. It was no more than that before Boris comes in.
Look at this guy, Mr. Takeaway. How could he talk? £800. He's spending £800 a week on takeaway on Deliveroo.
I don't blame him. Listen, when that Brexit thing was going on, this guy was working on Christmas Day.
No, forget it.
And I know he had potato on his shirt. So,
potato.
Let me read this.
He's a scoundrel. He gets away with murder, literal murder.
No,
every time. It's a
24-hour job. Even their holidays, they get brought back in and stuff. I think Theresa May got brought. I think it was like a Cobra meeting or something like that. She was on holiday.
Come back, fam. Come back. Personal
the holiday
service.
was even dead. She was in some field or something like that. It was them British holidays. Like, Margate dead. And they brought her back from that. I'd have been fuming.
It's probably better than Margate anyway. Shout out to all the listeners.
I don't know. I think it was like Nuneaton or something like that. Or Yeovil. She was one of them.
She don't know how to have fun anyway. You saw her dancing.
Where was that again? Where was she?
I don't know, some playground somewhere. But
she was dancing like they put 50p into the machine.
She's a mess.
Poor woman. Anyway, let her rest. I'm going to jump right into the first segment. Right? It's the Undercover Gems, where we find some of the weird and wonderful stories that you may have missed. So, Mike, I've got a story for you.
Hit me.
Man with unique tattoo arrested for X.
Unique?
It's a very unique tattoo.
It must have been. You know what? Was it a swastika?
Nah, it wasn't. The tattoo is on his face, though.
It's on his face?
It's on his face, yes.
Okay. All right, I was gonna immediately. I thought teardrops.
No, it's more unique. No.
Many people have killed many people, so it's not unique.
Every Tom, Dick, and Lil Wayne have got that on.
Yeah, exactly. Unique. All right, what would you put on your head? And it got him fired.
No. He was arrested.
Arrested? Okay, he got arrested for tattoo. Okay,
no, he got arrested for doing something, but he had a unique tattoo.
Yeah, a unique tattoo.
Yeah.
All right, let me think. Was it one of them Illuminati things? Just had the pyramid in the eye.
No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that cultured. No, do you want to have another guess, or do you want me to put you out your misery?
Put me out my misery. What kind of? Unless it's someone like a dog, just a dog having a poo on the. I don't know. Do you know some people do some mad stuff?
But it's nearly as offensive. Man with and this is right across his forehead. Okay.
Yeah. Man
with "fuck you" tattoo.
Oh my goodness! You know, people like this have no ambition to do anything. You know, don't let you fuck. Oh my!
Fuck you, inked on his forehead. Yeah, he's facing charges for burglary. Right. so deep it. Right. Let me give you a bit more background. Yeah, this guy named Angel. Yeah, who has the word "fuck you" tattooed across his head. Found himself in court again last Monday for facing burglary charges. Basically, 45-year-old,
45.
He's been held in connection for $5,000 bond. Sorry, he's been held on a $5,000 bond in connection with an arrest for burglary, theft, and possession of burglary tools. So, deep it. This guy, has got FU tattooed on his forehead, and he's out there committing crimes. He's not even wearing no mask, nothing. So when they're in the lineup, they're going, who was it? I'm not quite sure. Anything unique? Yeah, he had "fuck you" and he said, oh, we know who it is. Go and grab Angel.
That doesn't mean he'll be there chilling at a restaurant drinking. They'll just come and arrest him.
Yeah, he's like, what? It wasn't me.
45. Oh,
mate.
My goodness.
Yeah, he's been known to the police since like 2003. So, like, I'm assuming he's been in and out. But worst part of it is that he's actually a registered sex offender as well. So and this guy, this guy's no good.
No, lock him up, man. Lock him up.
Good, absolutely no good.
Lock him up. No, talking to that, the reason I said swastika is because I remember when I was at work one time, I was cool to see this guy. And then on his shoulder, he had a swastika, but I could see he clearly tried to like get rid of it. You know, I didn't laser it off or whatever.
What, as in. Oh, okay, all right. That's different. I was gonna say if he was just put his hand on it. It's time for your injection.
We're like this. We're like this.
Time for your injection. No, the other arm.
I saw it. I was like, "What's that?" And he didn't speak good English. Like, oh, no worry, old, long time. I said, "No, like, what is that?" Like,
yeah. I tell you what though. I've seen on Vice and stuff. They do have these conversations with these people who used to like be neo-Nazis, X, Y, and Z. And they thought, you know what? Obviously, they came to their senses and they've tried to remove their tattoo. So if he's that kind of guy, then, you know, I've got a lot of respect for him to do that. But if he did it because he just wants to get a good job, put him in the bin. Put him in the bin.
Nah, he looked, obviously, from his face, you know, kind of embarrassed, innit? So I didn't press it too much. But I was like, what is that, man? Talk to me. What is that?
Yeah, what's
that sign about? What's that sign about? Why is it engraved on your body? Let me know. Let me know. That's the thing. You know what he was doing? Yeah,
mad.
One time he was chanting to kill me.
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
he was chanting to kill. But we moved this week. The headline I've got for you is drug dealer who used EncroChat jailed after X. What is X?
He used EncroChat. What's that?
You don't know. It's basically WhatsApp for criminals.
Fuck off. Why has everyone got their own app? This week, I found out there's a sperm donor app. So, like men go on there to donate their sperm.
That is it. That's how, you know, the Lord said, go forth and multiply. That is, these men are really multiplying.
Are you registering yourself on that? Anyways. Let me get back to this. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so basically WhatsApp for criminals. So it's an encrypted phone sort of network, and you can actually get Encro phones, which have no cameras, no microphone, no GPS. It's literally just meant to be that you can anonymously keep up with people. But Europol and other law enforcement agencies in the last sort of 12 months have cracked it. And that's how this guy got caught, essentially. But what do you think he got jailed? Caught doing what? What do you think?
So dude was caught on this.
He was caught on this app, on this EncroChat with
caught with and he's a drug dealer.
He is a drug dealer. Yeah, he's in bin right now.
He must have been shifting kilos. They must have found pictures of him shifting kilos or posing. You know how they like to pose with the money.
Yeah, true.
You know, I reckon he's posing the money and the stolen GTA that he got or something like that. That's what I reckon. He got caught posing with the
money. Just what the money ignorant the money sign like this where they put the words of the cash. They're too like good to the money.
Yeah, he's all like that. He's got the money in the cocaine. Yeah.
Cocaine.
That's my final answer.
That's your final answer. That would be plausible, but Carl Stewart from Liverpool isn't a plausible guy. He's not a guy that makes sense. He's spending 13 and a half years behind bars. That is, I thought that's when we were in year 11, you know, that's how long time ago that was. That's how long he's going to spend inside. And he got binned for conspiracy to supply cocaine, heroin, MDMA, and ketamine. Obviously, festival season was coming up.
Sounds like a regular weekend. That's a regular weekend if you're going festival.
That is the Glasgow welcome pack.
Yeah.
You go to the festival, they give you all your party
a bottle of water and that.
No, usually I come on. I've lambasted criminals on this part of the pod.
Yeah.
Many times before, innit? But I just want to shout out the authorities, because basically what this guy did, and he's a numpty, he took a picture of blue cheese, like literal cheese, not weed blue cheese, like cheese, and he had his fingers in the photo, and the police and authorities were able to lift his fingerprints from the photo on the app and then take it and match it to his and then bag him like that.
How did they do it from the app? As in, like they saw his fingerprint on the app.
So imagine I've taken a photo like this. They can look at that, find out my fingerprint or finger photo, whatever you want to call it, lift it, and then use that to identify you.
That's
so literally
crazy.
A picture. Crazy. The technology is mad. I'm scared of the level of technology.
Now when I'm taking photos with gloves on, boy.
That is it. You have to be. He's
insane.
a madman because you're on Anchor Chat, so you're thinking.
I don't think he's a madman. No one's expecting that point. So how did you catch me? Oh yeah, we got your fingerprints from you. You're thinking, no way.
That's the thing.
Nah, that's a lie. Someone ratted him out, boy. His next door neighbor was smelling the cushion OG, fam.
The cushion.
That enough, fam. Yeah, I'm not buying that.
No, because that's the thing. I say, as I said, normally I'm like, criminals, you man are dumb, innit? But this level of intelligence, the authorities use is top level. So I respect it.
That's some serious sophistication.
That is it. But what do you think? Because obviously he clearly had sent the photo on the app to someone. So what do you think you're sending it to? I don't know. This is just pure speculation now.
Well, blue cheese.
Why would you send a picture of cheese to someone?
Obviously, he likes cheese. He's trying to get him to have cheese. Or, it's obviously like a little euphemism for, the good old drug. I'm sure, I don't know if his life is totally encompassed by drugs, but he may be referring to that, innit?
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know. Yeah. What jail's he at? We'll go visit him and find out.
He must be one up in Liverpool. He's the one. He must be knee deep. 13 and a half years for drugs. Yeah, he must have been knee deep in that operation. He must have
previous convictions or something, because you don't just get 13 like that, do you?
But maybe he wanted to use the cheese. He wanted to store the drugs in the cheese, send it to his supplier, and said, send the drugs in cheese. You don't know.
Yeah, but maybe it's just gonna.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. One for if any of our listeners out there think that's a plausible solution to send drugs around the world, please let us know.
Let us know what. Not that we're gonna do it, but what ways are the best ways to do it if you're gonna do it?
If you were gonna transport narcotics, what would be
kilos? Anyway. But now let's move on to the main segment of the pod, the Yusu No Bet segment. This is where, in turn, one of us will summarize a news story from the past week, and the other has to consider that same news story from the antagonist's shoes and ask themselves, should they have known better? So, first, I will go up the BBC, Martin Bashir, and Princess Diana. Obviously, the BBC have been slammed left, right, and centre in the past week, and I know ITV News and Sky News have been loving that. They've been posting all the articles.
Yeah.
They've been posting.
I've never seen so many YouTube clips from ITV, but they even turned on the comments.
They are active this week, and it all relates to the famous BBC Panorama interview in 1995 of Princess Diana, where she talks about her relationship with Charles, the royal family, and she made that famous comment when she said her marriage was a little crowded because there was three of them in it, referencing Charles's now wife, Camilla Parker Bowles. Anyway, there was a report by Lord Dyson into how that interview was obtained, and that came out, and that demonstrated that Martin Bashir forged bank documents alleging that people, primarily Diana's private secretary, Charles' private secretary, were being paid to spy on them. And he used those documents to gain the trust of her brother and also Diana, which obviously led to the interview that we now saw. There was rumours that this is what Martin Bashir was doing back in 95, and the BBC did an investigation into that, but that was deemed to be very superficial and not thorough enough. So now, Junior, obviously I'm going to put you in the shoes of Martin Bashir, who apparently is off sick from work. He's resigned from his job. He's claiming that he's off sick. He's put out a little statement saying that he doesn't think the documents influence the interview, but I want to hear it from you. You are going to be Martin Bashir right now. You are in you got to put your spectacles on, you got to put that suit on, because that's what he's doing.
In interview mode,
yeah. So what do you have to say? Why did you forge those bank statements?
Look, got to break some eggs if you want to make an omelette, all right? Yeah.
Who taught you this one? Some Kamasi saying.
It was I learned that one from, what's his name? Jamie Oliver. He said, listen, that was a hot topic back then. The whole scoop about Diana and her relationship with Charles and the family as well. A lot of people after that story. There's a lot of competition. Yeah, and we had to find a way to put ourselves in the mix. So the only way to get the bigger story was obviously just, putting a little something in there to give a little encouragement to come and do the story. My biggest problem, with this whole thing, is that we may have forged some documents. Yeah, sure. Not the best practice. But you got people like, I don't know, Piers Morgan. He's out there hacking girls' phones. No one blinks an eyelid. No one has ever said anything about
Well,
that.
he lost his job, didn't he? Piers Morgan.
Maybe I can't remember. But I go around and just Photoshop just small papers,
small word art,
just little one, just like a little bank statement and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then everyone's now having a go. You got a vacuum cleaner coming and doing an inquiry on me and stuff like that, trying to work out what's going on. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. The thing is, is that the biggest scoop is that I feel like the forged documents really and truly were just a precursor to some of the problems in their family. That just kind of fanned the flames, I think. So I'm just saying the stories were already there. And to be honest, she said anyway, she would have done a story. So I don't think it had that much of impact. Yeah. And if anything, if Harry wants to come and do an interview with me, we can line that up. Yeah, I just need to Photoshop. I just need to Photoshop some pictures of his brother smashing his PS4. And then that's going to get him on stage. And we can have the best talk of the century. But, look, things happen in this career. Now I'm obviously sick because I got caught. I mean, this is something like
this guy. I don't know what doctors don't sign you off.
He's got that Harvey Weinstein.
that zipper frame trolley, fam. That guy. But that Weinstein, he walked straight out, fam. He walked in with the frame. He walked straight out. Where they said you're guilty.
It's an old people shop. Which is the most expensive zipper frame? I need to look decrepit.
I really hate the world's most expensive zipper frame. He's a guy. I hope he's suffering in prison. He's a criminal.
Yeah, I actually think so too. And as I come out of being Mike Bashir, he does need to as well, because that's shocking, man. How are you forging especially under BBC policy? The thing that probably gets me the most is the fact that they obviously ran the internal investigation. Yeah, and they pretty much cleared him. And it's like, how? Like, how would you not go and try and confirm that the documents were legal? It begs belief.
No, that basically, I didn't read all the report, 127 pages. I didn't have all the time. But what I read from that report was of course you didn't read all of it, so you liar.
Audiobook, there's an audiobook version.
That's what, in truth, that's what they need to have on every newspaper. They need to just have an audio version so I can listen to it. I'm so tired of reading.
I'm surprised they haven't got that for the people who can't, people are deaf. Anyway, go.
That's true. It's true. It's true. Someone has to
because they got the sign language, right? When Nicola Sturgeon's doing her,
that's it. Inclusivity and all that.
It's true. Yeah,
but no. So they basically questioned him at the time, and at the time he said he admitted to them that they were forged, but he didn't. He said he didn't show them to anyone. So he basically said, "I got them made, but I didn't use them." Right, and the BBC never actually verified whether that was true. They never spoke to her brother. They never spoke to anyone else. They just said, "Oh, okay, we'll believe you," and left it as that.
Right, yeah, that's poor due diligence.
Yeah, so exactly. So that's why everyone's mad, saying the BBC, that's a big cover up, yada yada yada. And obviously, it's blown up now only after freedom of information request from Diana's brother, which exposed some of this, and then boom. So
I bet he was when she was long gone before they found out that. But
it might be shit. Yeah, he's got to pretend to be sick for the rest of his life. He's got to pretend to be ill for the rest of his life. He's only 58. He's got a long time to pretend.
Mad. Anyway. Let me jump into my new story. Okay, we're looking at Greta Thunberg, the 18-year-old activist who's taking the world by storm, no pun intended. This girl is shaking up the world, trying to get governments to clean up their act and improve their carbon emission for the rest of us who have to inhabit this world when they're all long and gone. She kicked up a bit of storm in China, actually. She's been reacting to a story about her being fat-shamed by the Chinese state media. There was a link, she tweeted a link of a story detailing an article on a Chinese daily website that said being fat shamed by Chinese state media is a pretty weird experience, even by my standards. So effectively, in this article, they called Thunberg an environmental princess, and they mock her weight as well. And it's quite cruel, to be honest. And they complain about the Western world not doing as much as they should do when it comes to climate change, but which is weird because Greta's also fighting the Western world. She's fighting Trump and all those other people. But one of the quotes was, although she claims to be vegan, judging by the results of her growth her carbon emissions are actually not small. I don't know what they mean by that. I don't know what they mean by that.
It's beyond rude. It's beyond rude.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they mean by that. But the writer Tanji said that. And so, Michael, I just want to kind of put you in the shoes of Tanji. You're obviously, working for the Chinese state media.
Yeah, most definitely.
You obviously feel that, Greta is an environmental princess. Not sure what you mean by that, but you also think that her carbon emissions are also impacting the world. That she shouldn't really have a go at China because, look what's happening in the West. What's your take?
We, the Chinese delegation, take particular issue with the environmental protection princess because, she's been used as a mouthpiece by Western media and Western politicians to perpetuate these lies about the People's Republic of China.
Yeah.
And we salute our leader, Mao Zedong. We salute him. We'll never stop saluting him. He's our leader. I told you, he's swimming a river.
Our river.
What people need to understand is China is a developing nation, and that is according to the World Bank. That's not us. We're a developing nation. So the developed countries like the US, like the UK, like Stockholm or Sweden, wherever that young princess is from, they're developed and they've transferred their industries with high energy consumption and high pollution to us developing countries. Now they have the cheek to look at developing countries that are trying to aspire to the wealth that they've made and complain we're submitting too much emissions. As Dave Chappelle once said, he said, in response to Trump saying he wants to bring jobs back to the US, none of us want to work that hard. You people in the US and the UK are lazy. You don't want to work hard and I complain about high emissions. How much do you want your iPhone to be? How much?
Working hard or hardly working.
How much do you want it to be?
I hear that. But why are you calling her an environmental princess? What is it? What is it about her that's peeing you off?
She is she's the media darling, isn't she? So all the Western media, it's all in the West that they do this. They find someone young and she will speak. Look at her. How dare you? She was being rude to all of them. And she needs to understand that as a young woman, she needs to respect her elders. Two, she needs to respect her elders.
She's from Ghana.
He's a respect.
That's how they get away with doing rubbish. They respect your elders.
Respect her elders.
They gotta take your £10. Respect your elders.
No, exactly. It's criminality. No, Greta. She needs to respect her elders, and two, she needs to understand that the West, they're just using her. They're using her because the West are trying to keep China down. They're trying to point fingers at China whilst they're doing wrong. The US, there's 88 million tumble dryers in use in the US. Yeah. One tumble dryer equates to the energy use of one Chinese household. Explain that, Joe Biden. Huh?
I definitely think you're a delegate from the Chinese Communist Party because
what? These are facts. These are World Bank.
No, I know. I don't even disagree with your facts, right?
Yeah.
The thing is with Greta Thunberg, is that she's always having a go at the Western world. She's always having a go at world leaders. She had a go at Boris, even Putin. She had a go at Putin. She needs to be careful, because listen, Belarus is no-fly zone. But anyway, she keeps having a go, and rightly so. I understand people don't like her take. I think she can be a bit forceful, but I don't blame her, man. Like, if we don't start doing something about these emissions, it's not gonna be a world around anymore. And the problem with climate change, that it's a slow catastrophe. No one cares about a slow catastrophe. So if she's gonna go and shake up, I just find it interesting that world leaders are annoyed at an 18-year-old girl who's telling them to clean up their acts on emissions. Like, surely it's the last person. Yeah, it's pride, isn't it? You ever go. You might go, I respect your points, we should work on this. But I don't know, I find it quite interesting. But yeah, I think your take was definitely in line with the policy.
Oh no, the Chinese are not messing. I read that whole article on I think China Daily. What's it called? China Daily News. Obviously, I
Chinese
didn't read
state
it.
media daily.
Yeah, obviously had to get translated, so maybe Google influenced what I read. But
Right.
they're not happy with Greta Thunberg or the West. They're not happy. I don't know how these guys are meant to be. I don't know how much business China and the West do, but beneath the surface, there's a lot of beef and a lot
Now,
of aggro.
there's huge business, but I think it's not just that. She's also been having a go at the way they've been clamping down democracy protests in Hong Kong, and that's a big deal in China.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
so all of that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff could go. So my advice to Greta is, if you're going to fly to, I don't know, Taiwan or Japan, make sure you take the long way around, boy. Because
does she even fly? I swear she took canoe to USA that time.
Yeah, I think she takes boat now or something like that. She takes paddle boat. So
that's
good on you, innit? Do your bit. I'm doing my bit as well.
Yeah, I'm going Concorde. I'm going Concorde.
No, they cancelled it. You cancelled that. You fly it yourself. £10 ticket, fly yourself. Let's move on to the
throwback segment. This is where we look at something that's happened this week, the week beginning the 24th of May in yesteryear. So what have you got for us this week?
I've got a quite somber point. And it's quite close to not just where I live, but I think my community as well. So on the 22nd of May in 2013, in Woolwich, Fusilier League Rugby was killed in the streets of Woolwich. The British soldier was killed or attacked by Michael Pham. They need to stop. Mike, how you say these names? Adebolaju.
Yeah, and that's it.
Was it?
Oh, come
Adewale.
Yeah, Adewale, simple name, you know, simple name.
No. These are strong Nigerian. It's not Tunde, fam. I don't know it, fam. Anyways,
you're meant to be fighting this. You're here supporting.
Welcome up. Anyway, he was killed at the Royal Artillery Barracks in Woolwich. Rigby was off duty, walking around Wellington Street, and he was attacked by the two boys. They hacked him basically with machetes, and they, said their piece live on people's phones until they were arrested by police. Now, it's crazy because I remember when this happened, I was at uni. I was studying for my exams. And I remember the story coming on in the news, and I was like, oh, what? That's literally around where I live. Like, it's close to the gym, blah, blah, blah. And people like, what do you think happened? I was like, I'm certain, like, there was like a drug deal or like mistaken identity or something. They got it by mistake. I was certain it wasn't something like this. I was certain it wasn't a terrorist attack on my streets. No way. But, when the story started coming out, I was like, raw, like crazy. And then, from this, you had all the protests, obviously the EDL marches around my area and stuff like that. And it was crazy. I go past it nearly every day and they still have like flowers.
Yeah, most definitely. People keeping his memory alive. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, no, same. I was at uni. People asking me like, "Oh, like, are you down there or something?" I was like, "What the? I'll just lecture you. What are you talking about?" But
to write down.
I don't know what they thought.
It's your cousins, man.
Literally, they saw Michael, they saw Black, they saw AR.
Yeah,
anyway.
MA.
But them two absolute criminals, and anyway, obviously, I don't think anything new can be said about those two absolute waste men.
No, and they should serve their time in. I think one's in Belmarsh anyway.
Oh yeah, it has to be max security. He's probably more at risk there than he is on the street.
Yeah.
He's at risk. He's at risk. He was a security guard who'll give him 1 2.
Just behind the back. He's a quick 1 or 2 special.
That's it. No judges hearing any complaint from them, man. Yeah, what they did, and they stood anyway. That's what you call a sick ideology. But hopefully to finish on something a bit more somber, my throwback is from the 25th of May 1994. That is when the National Lottery, Camelot, won the bid to run the National Lottery. And I did not appreciate how much the National Lottery was a money spinner. In February, just gone, February 2021, in that month alone, 28-day February, the revenue, 726.2 million.
Is that how much they made? Is that how much
that's how much they took in, i.e. revenue, sales.
Right.
Profits are a different thing. Because I checked the 2020 profits. So how much did these guys actually make? They made 95 million profit, but that includes the same, in that year they paid 80 million pounds in dividend. So, so without the dividend, they're making a lot more. So,
but doesn't that money go towards like local projects.
Yeah, so to be fair and on balance, they do say on their website now 95% of their profits or whatever go back to either the government they have a grant to give. They have grants that they've got to give to run the lottery. They also give it to sort of UK charities and stuff. So they say they give a lot of it away, which is good. But they're making a handsome sum too, that's for sure. So if they allow us to make, I would run the lottery. If they can allow a second one, I don't know if they allow it. I think that's probably. Let's
make our own. Let's make the Yusu No lottery. Okay,
that's it. That is it.
And then it's just a humble £2, to enter. Yeah. And the grand prize was the grand prize. I don't know.
Well, it has to be. You have to make a profit, so there has to be less than what they put in that.
Well, it has to be a coaster with our faces on it. That's the grand. That's the grand prize.
Maybe that's a shout. Yeah, we have to talk about that and come with a new idea for the listeners. Yeah, maybe we could do a little raffle thing, innit?
Definitely will.
Do a little raffle thing. But that's been us, man. That's in this week's episode of Yusu No Bet. And make sure you enjoy your week and don't do anything that's gonna make us say you should know better. All right.
Have a wonderful bank holiday weekend for all our UK listeners. Yeah.
Peace.